don't suppose that was really the direction we were after last week. So I don't know where you want to start with that.
Listen, we're in a slump at the minute, aren't we? I mean, I don't want to admit we are, but it's obvious for people too easy to say, Salford in a bit of a dip in form. Correct, we are. How do we get out of it? I think collectively we've spoke to it, lads. We've had a couple of conversations, heart to hearts about, where's it going wrong, what we're doing, how can we make it right, and ultimately, the conversations we've had obviously haven't worked. We've come here today, probably overconfident, myself included. You hear about they've released 8 players, and maybe you take your foot off the gas a little bit. And I'm not going to criticise an individual for doing it, because I think collectively, as supporters, as everybody involved in Salford might have thought today, we were coming here to play against a botched up side, but unfortunately, when we've got here, we've played against a very, very good young side who was far hungrier than us today. And there's no excuses about our performances. We have to, as an individual and as a team, 11 against 11. They were better than us. They were hungrier, they were faster, they were more organised at times, and ultimately, that comes down to me and Jono, because it's alarming when I watch what I watched today. And again, it's not about the performance; it's about what they did to us. 16, 17-year-old kids pushing us off the ball, in control of the game at times. But we'll go away. I'm disappointed. I'm absolutely devastated. It's our 4th defeat in 7 games. It is alarming, but we'll get there. We'll get it right. I know for a fact we will. Now the questions we'll ask: can we get out of this slump? Me and John, of course we can, and we will.
Well, maybe part of that, we've got Gaz and Jordan come back Tuesday. Do you think that'll help just give a bit more competition around places? Try and give the lads a bit of a boost.
Absolutely. Technically Jordan, very good player. Gaz, energy, we've missed it. Of course we have. Listen, we have an 18-man squad. If we have 3 or 4 out, we think the lads that are going to come in and replace the lads that are out are equally as good. We'd like to think that. I don't think the dip in form's because we've not had Gaz and Jordan. I don't think that for 1 minute. But I think they've suffered watching that today, and I can see, straight after the game that maybe not, disappointment. It might not be that, because when you're not involved and you want to get your shirt back, you might think, oh God, I hope we get beat today. We'll get our shirt back. I don't think for a minute it's that, but I've seen the disappointment in their faces, and they want to put right. What's been going wrong recently. And they'll have that edge over other players that have got a little bit complacent and maybe a little bit of comfy slippers. I don't know what it is, but we will get to the bottom of it. But as plus sign, like you say, we have got them back coming back Tuesday. Tunji's come off with an injury. Scott looks like he was struggling a little bit. So we've just got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down.
So is there much you guys need to do to improve, or do you think the lads just in themselves should be able to?
I think any man who knows, who's got any ounce about football or any knowledge, can come into our changing room tomorrow and possibly say where it's going wrong. That's what people actually do believe. But we have a spirit and we have a changing room which I've never replaced. But at this minute in time, there's something not right, something that we've got to get to the bottom of, because as individuals and whatnot, we are, in my opinion, as good a side that I've seen at this level. We've not been consistent by any stretch of imagination, but going back to, like I say, about individuals, we've got great players, unbelievable players, and the spirit's been great. The last month or so, we've lost it. People tell me that happens in every changing room. I don't want to be a part of that changing room. I don't want to be a part of that changing room where I'm going to watch what we've worked so hard to get go away. So again, we'll get a massive game Tuesday. It's important that we pick the lads up, because I'm done with the screaming and shouting, and I don't mean that I do it every week, but I don't want to scream and shout at the lads. I don't, but at times, more recently than ever, we've had to. So I don't want to get to that point where when we start screaming, the lads are just going to go, oh, here they go again, they're screaming. But we're passionate, we want to win games the right way, and we want to lose games if we do the right way. Today we lost a game where we didn't go out with any dignity whatsoever. All right, we pushed the last 20 minutes and 1 or 2 worked harder than the other 6 or 7. But again, that's something down to we've got to sort out. We've got to do it quick.